Okay. So, like, you can already tell that everyone is super mixed on their opinion. I had to watch the season to avoid spoilers. Everyone's like super, super, super mixed on their opinions. I don't know. I don't even know how I feel about it, honestly. I am overall disappointed because, man, it's just so rushed. Like, and I know that everyone keeps saying that, but it just feels like it feels so rushed. The thing is like Game of Thrones. What is Game of Thrones? Thrones is a bread and butter. It's dialogue. It's backstabbing. It's politics. It's not just straight up like the main pivotal characters dying. Okay, so let's talk about the beginning of Game of Thrones. First of all, let's talk about the beginning of the episode with Varys. Okay? Varys is one of the most cunning characters in Game of Thrones. Like, he is information, right? He is always one step ahead, and he's always very discreet. So when he talked to Tyrion about wanting to murder Dany, that was really sloppy and really out of character, in my opinion. Like, yes, Varys and Tyrion, they trust each other, but Varys is smarter than that. Like, Varys would try to like get information from Tyrion and try to plant a seed of doubt, but he would never outright be like, I am going to kill the queen and you have to help me or betray me, is basically what he said. And that's just not like him at all. And so for him to just like to do that, and then he just dies, right? He gets caught, and then, oh shoot, the music. Shoots, I hope that did not get muted. Damn it. All right, whatever. For Varys to like to slip like that, and then like just that's it for him, like that's silly, in my opinion. Like that's not like his character at all. I feel like he has let much bigger things slide without saying anything. Yeah, he just would never outright just be like, I'm going to kill Dany. Like, he would never say that to someone, ever. So I didn't like that at all. Okay, so there's that. There's also, okay, so let's talk about Cersei and Jaime. Okay, you know what? Let's talk about Tyrion. Actually, let's talk about Tyrion. Let's talk about Tyrion first, because that is similar. So here's the thing about Tyrion is Tyrion's very smart, but since the last season, since he's been with Dany, he has been making a lot of mistakes. His character's gotten really sloppy too, and I'm not really sure about. First of all, I don't think he's gonna live. I don't see how he can live, and that sucks because I like his character a lot. I don't see how he lives. Because I mean, unless Dany gets murdered before she finds out about Tyrion, but Dany said that if Tyrion slips up, he's done. He's done for, and he freed Jaime. I'm gonna move this text to the bottom just because it's not not covering my head. Oops, there we go. No, actually I can't do that because of, okay, never mind. Anyways, I don't know, like, Tyrion's character hasn't really been making much sense anyway, either. I don't know, Peter. I'm trying to suss out my feelings here. Dany and Tyrion's only common trait was that their hatred of Cersei. Once Cersei's fate was all but sealed, he's been giving Dany poor advice. I don't know. I think Tyrion, after freeing his brother, I don't think he'll live. Yeah, I don't... Like, he's not... I don't see how he lives. I really don't. I don't see how he lives. A lot of characters are doing out-of-character things. Okay, so let's talk about Jaime and Cersei now. So, first of all, Jaime randomly fighting Euron. Why? Like, I thought Yara for sure would come back, and this is just, honestly, I think this is a time thing. Like, they just don't have time to make this happen, where, like, why did they just, like, get rid of Yara? What was the significance of Yara being freed? Like, why would they even bother showing that and noting that she took over the Iron Islands? And now she just doesn't... She's not coming back. There's no way. Because they already killed off Euron. That was the whole thing. It was like, okay, Yara and Euron. Theon's redemption, but they didn't really know. That's the thing. They did not even, like... Her getting freed was like literally like a 3-minute scene. Like there's no significance of in the way that they did it. It was just like, oh yeah, she's free now. They played up Theon's redemption when he was guarding Bran at the Battle of Winterfell. I mean, I'm glad that happened, but it's just like, if there were more episodes, I think that Yara coming back. For, like, honestly, it would be so cool to have like a big battle on the water against 2 Greyjoys. I mean, wasn't that the whole part of Euron even existing? Like, come on. Like, they just like, oh yeah, okay, Euron's gonna fight Jaime, and they're gonna, you know, stab each other. Like, okay. What's up, Max? I like how Euron just happens to end up alone on the shore with Jaime. It was just like, okay. Okay, so then Jaime finds Cersei. And so this is a criticism I have here is Jaime and Cersei have a very complicated relationship. That's been illustrated from literally the first episode of the entire show. And then in the last season, they show this rift being formed between them, right? Like, where Jaime's trying to like make better decisions. He literally leaves King's Landing to go north, where he knows he's not wanted, to help in the Battle of Winterfell. Okay? Okay? And then Cersei sends Bronn to kill Jaime, and Jaime obviously knows this, right? They find out through Bronn, which that whole scene was very weird and random and rushed too. Like, I was like, oh, okay, that happened, goodbye. So Jaime is clearly starting to change, like, his, you know. And then all of a sudden he's like, no, I'm an a-hole, I'm gonna go back. And I get him going back, but for him to be like, I'm just a terrible person, like, what? Okay, why did you go up there in the first place? That doesn't make any sense. So he goes back, and knowing that his sister, his love, tried to kill him, technically twice, because the mountain, she was like telling the mountain to do it, but you know, that didn't happen. What's up, Mushmiser? And they just died together. They just hug and die together below the keep. Which, I mean, first of all, you're the most significant, ruthless character in Cersei, she just dies by walking down into the basement and then just dies. I do like that they died together, but it didn't feel very fulfilling because the way that they wrote the characters and the way that they made it so that Jaime and Cersei had started to, they like, Jaime started to pull away from Cersei, and then they don't even like, there's no dialogue to reconcile their relationship. Like, they don't even, they just hug and then they die, right? Like that just seems, it just seems like very like unfulfilling in my opinion. I mean, she was like she's one of the biggest characters in the show, and it's also the same thing with like the Night King. It's just like, okay, well, this is it. She just walks down some stairs and she's done. She doesn't even talk to Dany. She doesn't even confront Arya. She doesn't even talk to anyone. She doesn't talk to anyone. Like Cersei's character has done nothing this season. You saw her face when she executed oh my god, I'm totally blanking on the name. The Dany's sidekick. Miss Sunday, yeah. But like there wasn't even much dialogue. I don't even think she said anything. Did she even say anything? Like she just has existed, right? Thank you, Little Blue. She just has existed this season. And she just has been standing and staring like at things. She's like one of the best characters. Like everyone hates her or loves her or both. But like she's a super important character, and Cersei's just not existed this season. And then she just dies. I think she said like 10 words this whole season. She's been vocal about the elephants. She did awesome looking out the window. I mean, she looked fantastic this season. Don't get me wrong. Like Cersei's outfits are amazing. I mean, she's stunning. But like her character has been just fizzled this season. And that's the thing. That doesn't feel like Game of Thrones to me. It just doesn't feel like for her especially. First of all, she doesn't have like some secret plan. Like she showed her cards, right? She had the what are they called, the scorpions or whatever that shot the spears, whatever those things are called. She had those. She had her army. She had the golden compass, and that's it. She didn't have anything up her sleeve. Like Cersei is way smarter than that. She like, come on, she's finagled out of everything. And now she's just like, oh, well, here's what I got, and I'm just gonna stand here and hope it works. No, come on. Like, she's just gonna stay in the Red Keep and commit to this? That doesn't make any sense. What's up, Vio? Let's turn up the music a little bit. Cersei ends by just being in denial. Yeah, like, come on. She's way smarter than that. She's always got a billion backup plans. I mean, yeah, the spoilers, like, yeah, that's, I mean... Oh, okay, you have seen the episode. I was like, yeah, I mean, like, she's too smart to end like that? Yeah. Got the meat shield. She's got a dragon! The mountain can't stop the dragon! But yeah, it was weird that the scorpions, like, yeah, like, only 2 of them shot. All of them got burnt down instantly. Like, that was kind of weird. I don't know. I think I don't mind the end result of Cersei and Jaime dying together. And I would be okay with her dying in that way. It just was the path that led them there was just like a straight line. And that's not Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is like dialogue, hinting, dialogue, confrontation, blah 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 blah, and then results. There's no meat in any of these episodes. Like it's just like this person dies, this person dies. Like just so straightforward. I thought she's gonna blow up King's Landing with wildfire. BO. I don't know, Ender. Oh, I have so many backup plans? Dude, it's Cersei Lannister. She didn't have any backup plans. Okay, so let's talk about Dany. Let's talk about Daenerys, because I know that is super controversial. So the first thing that I'll say is, now I rewatched all the episodes right before the new season so that it was fresh in my mind. This has I'm not surprised by what happened. This has always been a hinted thing. Like it's always been a part of her character. Now she's snapped really hard, really fast, which has thrown people off. And I think if the season were a little longer, then it would have been maybe felt a little better for most people. But if you go back, I like Dany like the first few seasons. And then I haven't been a fan of her character the last couple of seasons. Like, but she's always been seeded with fire and violence. Like, Dany talks about ruling with fire and blood since season 2. Yeah. She's had people check her decisions a lot. And then, yeah, I mean, like the way that she conquered like the slave cities and like killing the masters and like she's wanted blood the whole time. She hardens with stuff even on the other continent. She's been leading this direction the whole time. I mean, they've seeded the Targaryen history from the get-go. The Mad King. She's not gonna be like the Mad King. I mean, come on. It's Game of Thrones. Yeah, she it felt really overboard with her just like destroying the entire place. Like it was like, oh my god, you're gonna kill your own people. Like, calm down. But she's like done. She's gone. She's the Mad Queen. Yeah. The way she would execute folks told you everything you needed to know. I mean, yeah, she's fed people to dragons. She fed the masters to the dragons. It wasn't because like Jon wasn't macking out with her or anything. It wasn't. She's been she's felt betrayed by everyone close to her, including Jon. She snapped, and then she snapped. It sucks. I mean, yeah, I get why people are mad, because it does feel bad. Like, so many people were rooting for Dany. So many people wanted her to come in, kick Cersei's butt, and happily ever after, she's the queen. But this is Game of Thrones, and that doesn't happen. Also, like, she realizes, like, I think a big reason why she snapped is she has been in the West for a long time. or she's been in is it the West? Where they're at now? She's been here in these lands for a long time now, helping out. Is it East, North, South, East, West? She's been here for a long time, and like she's never had any love or respect from anyone. And that's fine, right? Like I understand that, like she's an outsider. But that is a big reason why she's just done. She's done. She just doesn't even like connect with this land. That's the rule of fear. She is not Jon. She's frustrated. Yeah, she's coming here thinking she's gonna save everyone, and no one's grateful for her, right? She's an outsider. I think Dany's gonna kill by Arya next episode after seeing Arya look at the burned bodies and riding off. I don't know. Only people that she trusted have betrayed her. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of reasons why she has snapped. It's not like an overnight thing. It's not like, oh, Jon doesn't love her in that way. Oh, my best friend died. No, come on. Like, it's way deeper than that. Like, go back and rewatch how many times like she wants to like burn people and like shed blood. Just because it didn't always happen. Like, she's always had that in her though. Think about the way she has murdered people too. Like, she hasn't executed people in a normal fashion. Like, she burns them alive. She burns them with her dragons. She's been doing that since she's had those dragons. She burned her brother. Well, she let it happen. She didn't do it, but she let it happen. Not that it wasn't justified. I mean, he was a real piece of work, but still. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm gonna kill these people. She's like, okay, these people are gonna burn. Bran, the guy who sold her the Unsullied cows. Brown eyes, green eyes, blue eyes. Yeah. The only issue is it was rushed. I think like maybe another episode or two would have smoothed that transition over a little bit more. She's gone off the deep end. Well, okay, so apparently Daenerys has green eyes, which I thought she had blue eyes, but apparently she has green eyes. So is Arya gonna kill Daenerys? I think she's gonna try. Dude, when they showed Arya, okay, we'll talk about Arya now, because Arya goes to kill Cersei and the Hound's like, no, you're gonna die, and so she leaves, and they show her just like walking through the town. I swear to God, I was so anxious watching that. I was so anxious watching that. Because I was like, are they gonna kill Arya here? Like, I would have been so pissed. I was ready to be mad. See, that would make me mad. Like, legitimately, I would resent the show if that happened. But I liked that the way that the Hound and Arya parted. I do understand what they did with Arya, with showing her like in the chaos and like having that perspective. I thought that was really neat, but it was also in my mind, I was like, this is 20 minutes of like what could have been like profound dialogue towards like a deeper plot, like maybe Jaime and Cersei like actually like having some type of like conversation and some kind of like, I don't know, final just torment about the rift between their relationship and like the complicated things that has happened in the last 2 seasons with their relationship. Clegane Bowl was awesome. That was fantastic. The cinematography in this episode was amazing. I will have to say that blew me away. Like, there's so many scenes where I'm just like, this is the scene with like the hound and the mountain with the fire and the dragon go. I was like, oh my god, this is beautiful. Like, I've been looking at screenshots from the episode just over again because I'm just like, this is really well done. With the dragon flying overhead, with what they did with Arya, oh my god, so beautiful. The episode is too light. It needs to be darker. That was really well done. According to the crazy theories, Arya foreshadowed that she's going to kill Dany when she said in yesterday's episode, I'm going to kill the queen. I think they're leading to that, Arya experiencing all the chaos Dany unleashed. I mean, that's fair. Like, Arya having that experience firsthand could be motivating, because I don't think before this it's that motivating for her. Like, Arya hasn't trusted Dany, but like, she hasn't been worthy of being put on like her list because of that. Like, but now she's like almost died. She saw that family die. She tried to help. But I don't think Jon's gonna kill Dany. I think Dany's gonna kill Jon. I think Jon has the same problem that Ned Stark has, which is like this this loyalty, this unwavering loyalty. And I think that it just makes him blind. Like, obviously, like he's seen what happens and he's shaken, but I don't think he's going to kill her. I don't think he's gonna be able to convince himself to kill her, even after everything he's seen. I mean, that's just how Ned Stark was too. Like, just bad choices out of loyalty. Yeah. I think Dany will kill Jon, and then Arya is gonna be like, I'm coming for you. I don't know though. I don't know. That's a lot. I really like. I still am just like the main thing I care about is like Arya not dying. Like, that's really like you can't give her like that much and then like just axe her off, like, of all characters. I sadly think Tyrion's gonna die too. I know people say like Sansa and Tyrion end up on the throne. I don't even see how Sansa even comes back. Or goes down to King's Landing to even be a part of this last episode. Like, the thing is, like, how do they make all this work in one more episode? Like, it's a lot to happen. Okay, so now here's the thing about Jon. Jon was resurrected for a purpose. Did he serve that purpose? Jon was resurrected for a reason. We haven't really seen that reason yet. So, you know, and then when he serves that purpose, I don't know. Jon brought everyone together to win the battle against the walkers. I mean, I guess. Kill Dany? Maybe. Dany kills Jon, this show sucks. But Dany tries to burn Jon with Drogon and he doesn't die and everyone's like, holy crap. I don't know, man. Phew. How did they deal with Drogon after they killed Dany? Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you can't kill Dany without going through the dragon. So I'm not sure how that's gonna play out. You really can't get away with killing Dany right now. Wes with the 17 months. I think Arya is gonna put on the dead dragon's face and kill Danny. Oh god. Wes, thank you for the 17 months resub and the tier 2 support. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I don't know if Jon can burn. I don't know. I mean, I guess not, right? I mean, he can ride the dragon. I don't think the dragon's gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna follow you now because I am a free-thinking dragon. I can make these decisions and I don't agree with the way that Danny is handling things right now. Like, no, it's a dragon. Like, what? It's not gonna happen. The dragon's not gonna be like, well, I've been pondering you know, my life choices and actually Jon seems to be better fit as ruler, so I'm going to go and hang out with him now. No, like, that's not gonna happen. Ooh. Littlefinger kills Danny, okay. I don't know what. Oh my god. Vio. What's up, Johnny? I just watched the episode, no comments. I don't know, it's interesting because I'm like, there's just like, I'm not outraged about the episode. I'm not like, God, HBO, you're gonna burn in hell. Like, I'm gonna go and with my pitchforks to your studio and revolt. I just, Jesus, Vio, Jesus, you need Jesus, Vio. Danny made it initially with the dragons due to the blood magic involved. No, I mean, I think she was just destined. Just in her blood in general. Yeah, where's Bran? What the hell is Bran doing? Like, everyone's like, oh, Bran did a lot secretly during the battle for Winterfell. And you're gonna find out, and we haven't... I don't know. If we don't find out anything about Bran, like, I swear to God. What is he? What? Why are we keeping him alive? The fact that they had Dothraki still alive on some well, because General Vicious, you did see some of them come back. Some of the Dothraki did survive. It's how Jorah came back. Like, they ran. Some of them turned around and ran back. You did see that in the battle. What's up, Wallafu? People are saying that Bran brought the horse. The horse has a lot of interesting potential symbolism. One thing is the little girl had a white horse toy, and then there was a white horse. Maybe Bran controlled the horse. There's like comparisons to the white horse that, you know, Danny had earlier, and like, you know, now or something about death too. Some line about death on the horse. I don't know where that line is even from. Or the horse is a horse. Or, yeah, Ned Stark had a white horse. It's biblical. Okay. Bran was playing Forager. Oh, okay, so it's from the Bible. I think that horse belonged to the Golden Company leader who Graham killed. Four Horsemen, I think, is where that line is from. Huh. I don't know. It's just like there's just a lot of issues I have with the season in general, and I've enjoyed watching the episodes. Like, You know, and this episode is like the first time where I'm like, it just wasn't, it's starting to like not really feel right. Like I think it just started with Varys. The whole Varys thing, it's just so out of character. And that's just when I was like, this doesn't feel very satisfying. And I have no problem with characters dying. It's to be expected. I have no problem with things not going the way I predicted. It's just about the way that these things are actually playing out. It just isn't like kind of like really shallow in my opinion. And I think they're just kind of disregarding a lot of like the character build up. Like that's the thing too, is like these characters we've seen change and make decisions and develop from, you know, the last 7 seasons, and now it just is like so shallow with the way that they're going out. Like it just seems like it just doesn't seem very Game of Thronesy. So I don't know. It's a rushed mess. It's just this, yeah, it just Anyone know how long the next week's episode? Probably an hour 20, I think. The longest episode is 86 minutes, I think. So probably it's the same amount, an hour 20-ish. Yeah, I'm just yeah, I mean, yeah, Dravik, I think so. I mean, not every character is gonna have the same arc or the same like investment. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too, is like these are the most significant moments. The battle for Winterfell, battling the walkers has been, you know, a huge build up that was done in an episode, and then the next episode is like teleporting down to King's Landing, and then the next episode is like dealing with that. It's just like, whoa, it's like all crammed into 6 episodes. It's like a lot. It's a lot to cram into 6 episodes. Next episode better be at least 24 hours long. Euron and Jaime fighting, yeah, we were talking about that earlier. That was a little weird, random. Missandei teleported into King's Landing, yeah, they're like, what? Like, that was bizarre too. Like, I get that there was like tension between them about Cersei, but it really, like, I don't know. I still feel like it would have been so much cooler to have like Yara come back, like actually, like, because like when they first faced, like did they even have a fleet? Like when they first fought, like, you know, Euron kicked their butt, and then all of a sudden, oh, now the dragon's coming back for round 2 and is gonna completely KO them with no damage done. Somehow. I think it just would have been so much cooler to have Yara like roll up with the fleet to save them, and like, you know, her in an epic battle with Euron, like that whole thing. Like, no, I just died from Jaime. Like, And I read the books and watches the show, and he was upset from last night's episode. Yeah, my mom's really upset too. My mom's like, I don't accept that Jaime and Cersei are dead. My mom's like, I don't accept what just happened. Yeah, my mom's read all the books too. I don't think it's about time, Teppo. I think it's just about, I don't know, they've just decided that they only want 6. I still don't understand it. I don't know if anyone actually really knows, but I have the point of even not caring who wins at this point, yeah. Jaime not stabbing Cersei in the stomach was a big missed scene. What? That doesn't make any sense. At this point, with Ghost to take the throne. I mean, Dany's gotta go down. Dany's gotta go down. I don't know how they're gonna kill the dragon or deal with the dragon, though. But you know Dany's gotta go. They can't start Game of Thrones, like, after the Mad King dies to only have the Mad Queen on the throne at the end. Like, come on. But also, wasn't that a thing? Like, it was a prophecy that she would die at the hands of her brother? Like, that didn't happen. I mean, she died in the hands of her brother, I guess. Was it in Discord a hilarious video game parody of the patch notes for episode 5? Oh boy. If they kill Dany, do they have a wild dragon with no handler? That seems like a bad day. If Jon kills her, then there's literally no one who'll be able to handle ride the dragon. To me, like, okay, based on the plot line of this season, like, it feels like it could have been at least one full season. But honestly, it could have even been like another season and a half. No, our Bran, I think she's gotta go. There's Brienne, Bran, and Braun. If Brienne didn't want Jaime to leave, she should have just picked him up. Yeah, Highlandy. I guess that, like, that doesn't logically make sense to me, because I don't know why rush to close out like what is working and what's successful to make other things that stem off its successor. I still love Dany. Oh my god. I haven't liked her. And I said this at the beginning of the season. It's just like her character's deteriorated a lot. She's become just kind of like meh. Kind of like insignificant, like just like meh. I haven't really felt like I've been like behind her ruling for at least since the last season. What if Jon says Dracarys and kills Dany? Oh god. She always use Bran to scout ahead with his ravens or something. Yeah, I don't know what Bran is about. I still don't know. Opening graphics next episode 5 years later. Oh my god, Dravik. Kind of how Jaime Lannister threw away all of his development and story. Yeah, so that's interesting too. Is like, so that was like kind of what I was saying earlier, is like they made Jaime like go through these like this whole thing with Brienne, where they go through all of this crap together. He starts like changing, like you can see that he's changing. He chooses to go to the north to fight against the walkers, to fight for people that he knows hates them, and he could very well die just going there. And he makes that decision to walk away from Cersei to go and do something that is brave and selfless, really. Like, I'm sure he expected to die. And then they're just like, nah. I mean, I'm still, nah. I was like, okay. Like I knew that he'd have to come back, but I didn't think it would just be like, I don't know, the way that he went about it. He was just like, I'm a terrible person. I want everyone to die. Like, come on. Like, should have at least shown a conversation between Cersei and Jaime to help resolve the conflicts. Yeah. It was like none of that ever happened really, and I get it. Like like love is so powerful, and like you guys are dying. Like Jaime's literally dying, and he sees his love, and he's just like just wants to be with her. But the way that they wrote it, it was like, okay, well that had to happen. But if it had more time, it would have just made it a lot better if there was like a resolution instead of just like pretending that never happened. And also the fact that Bran was, sent to kill him. Like that whole thing was so weird. I hate this episode because it made me feel sorry for Cersei. Not too late, Jack. We're still talking about it. Jaime went full circle with his arc. I mean, it was bad, man. More time would have been better for that scene, yeah. You finished episode 15 minutes ago? I've kind of gone over the main points. I have a lot of criticisms. Like, I'm not like furious, and I've enjoyed it. But I'm just like looking back, I'm like, well, it just could have been so much better, That's the kind of like how I feel. I feel disappointed. I'm like, it could have been so much better. This was the first episode where I was like, I really wasn't feeling it. It's the kind of episode so good. I mean, that's the thing. I don't like. I think I just felt like very deflated watching it. I felt like kind of deflated. No, I wasn't really feeling it, Rolly. I was like kind of disappointed by it. I think it just kind of like confirmed all of my worries about having a 6-episode final season. And from what you saw from the first 3 episodes, it's like I've enjoyed it, but I was like, okay, well, it's a little jumpy, a little rushed, and then we get to this episode and everything's kind of like confirms everything. It's like, oh well, this is kind of the result of the way that they set it up and jamming everything. This is what you get by having so much left to tie up. Like, you have 7 seasons of intricate plot development, and then you gotta close all the loose ends. Like, ooh, it's hard to watch. It seems like how a show would end if there was a mid-season decision to shut down. Yeah. Yeah. It's like they're hitting on the main points, but like just in a way that's just like meh. Super straightforward, super shallow. If you take the episode out of context of the season, it's a great episode. There isn't enough context within this. Like, if you've never seen Game of Thrones and you watch that episode, sure, it's cool. But if you've been watching since season 1 and you know how Game of Thrones is, and then you look at that episode and you're like, Arcolar with a 20 months and still no KOTOR. Arcolar, please. Thank you for the resub. Maybe there'd be a secret season after that one. They just haven't told anyone. Nah. Last night's episode wasn't disappointing in and of itself. Just knowing they have only one more episode to make sense and resolve what happened seems impossible. Yeah, I mean, that's how it kind of felt leading into like the battle for Winterfell. I was like, oh boy, They spent like 2 episodes getting ready for this. Brand, thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you. Preview for next episode didn't reveal anything. Yeah, I mean, what? How can they show anything that like is? Like what's happening in the north? Like is Sansa gonna come down and do something? Like what's happening with Bran? There's so many questions. You know, Brienne's never gonna know about Jaime. Like that just is ended. Varys never like actually goes back to see the downfall of the kingdom that he spent his life trying to help. Like he just is dead. Like he just dies before he sees, like, his entire character is literally about making decisions for the good of the realm, and he doesn't even see the downfall of that. He just dies because he makes a stupid mistake, which is not like him at all. So that's that. Jaime might be alive. Like Bran is like has had the most pointless storyline where he keeps seeing what happens and doesn't do anything about it, and then like they try so hard to protect him, and like it's like, well, why do they keep showing him like staring at people? I mean, are they gonna even explain anything about his significance in the end? I don't know. Yes, Arcola, it will happen. It will happen. Doran, visit us this summer. All that's left. Yeah, like the Iron Fleets or Yar from the Iron Islands. That's just gone. Doran's just gone. Nothing exists. Read the books, I have not. This episode was in episode 8 instead of in episode 5, with the events leading up to it properly fleshed out. It would have worked so much better. Yeah. Yeah, and like I've said, it's like I don't have a problem with the results. It's just how it's getting there is just not great. You know, it's like it's just the way that it's been done. Man, I do have to say that scene with Jaime and Tyrion made me cry. Like, I was with my family, so I was trying not to cry so hard because they were all like drunk and just arguing about the episode. And I was just in the corner, just like, oh man, that really had me emotional though. That was, oh man, that was so, oh, that was like, that was, oh, it was great but painful. One of the best scenes, yeah, it was. Oh, I had feels that scene, yeah. Yeah, really, that had me emotional too. I read earlier today that George R. Martin is actually done writing but hasn't released the books yet, so he didn't spoil the show. That's a rumor I desperately want to be true. If the books actually get completed and published, I could definitely see myself reading them. I didn't read them initially because I have a hard time with like the family names and like keeping people like straight and seeing like who is who, like trying to follow everyone. Like I have a problem with like those, like, and that's why I couldn't get into Lord of the Rings either. It's just I have a problem with like those like complex names and family trees and stuff. And even watching the show, it's confusing. Like if you go back or if you watch the show with someone who hasn't seen it, it's really confusing trying to get everyone straight. Like, I rewatched it and I still was like, okay, so this person is this and then that and that. Like, it's even hard to follow in the show. Thrasher, don't be rude. Don't be rude. Don't be disrespectful. Warfine with the 16 months. Thank you so much, Warfine. And thank you for the tier 3 sub. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Daniel lost my respect that people were surrendering and she had to make a point. Yeah, I mean, like, that was, ugh. I mean, I'm not surprised, but it's also, it was hard to watch, especially like the length. It felt like her destroying the city. It was shown so much. I was just like, oh my god, okay, enough, woman. Like, stop. You're gonna just murder your own people. Like, how did she not kill her own army? Like, I was just like, Jesus, okay. Point made. It was definitely stressful. She almost did kill Arya, and I would have been so devastated. That would have been too much for me. I'm sure she did kill some of her own. I'm sure she did. Books are easy to follow, in my opinion. That's bite-sized chapters from the point of view of one character, really. Do you all agree that maybe the only funny moment is Qyburn's death? Yeah, from the map. That was so random. Like, I was just like, what? Okay, dead. I love the Clegane fight. The last episode's, like, I think the longest episode is 86 minutes. So that is the longest that it can be. I think there's got to be some significance to the White Horse, and we were talking about that earlier. Like, there's a lot of symbolism that it could be, like, tying to. I think Tyrion's gonna die. I don't know. I'm glad that I've unpacked my feelings with you guys together. I guess we'll see what happens on Sunday, man. I don't know. I was disappointed when Dany went loco and did break the wheel by burning everyone in the whole city. I mean, I was sad. It was sad to watch, but it wasn't out of character. I mean, it was it was going to happen. You knew she was gonna snap, or if you really looked at her, like, here's the thing, like, everyone like rooted so hard for Dany in the beginning that I think a lot of people forgot about what she has said in the past and what she's done, or what things she's wanted to do and has been checked on, because she's been checked very early on, and I think if you rewatch it, you'll see more of that madness show in little flashes. I think if you rewatch it, you'll see. Sure, was the only person that could have saved King's Landing. Yeah, I mean, I was a huge Daenerys fan the first couple seasons, and then this season and like maybe like the last season, I've just been kind of like, yeah. This season for sure, she's just been like paranoid and just like kind of just cold and like really obvious. Day's impulse is to fire and blood her enemies. There's no way that she'd start killing innocents like that. I mean, fire and blood her enemies, and then but you snap. She just like that. Then it just like there's like, she was like at the threshold of madness, and she was hitting that wall, and she was constantly being checked by people, right? And then once you cross that line, it's just bloop, bloop, bloop. Done. She was always like at that line. And then she had the power. And she saw the finish line and she was like, she had a lot of anger. She had no one she could trust. Everyone around her had, in her eyes, betrayed her. From her perspective, betrayed her trust. She didn't want Cersei to lay down. She always wanted the violence. She didn't want to even negotiate. That was all Tyrion, like pleading, begging to be to have a chance of reconciling and having her surrender, having Cersei surrender. What's up, Glock? No, Glock, we already talked about that. We literally, like, yeah, like if you were here 2 minutes ago, yeah, I was just saying that. I did General Vicious, yeah. Why is Lowco doing the timeout hand signal? Was I doing that? oh, like this? Oh yeah, because I was like, oh god, okay, I'm not gonna do it again. Crap, I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, I mean, she felt like everyone had betrayed her. And then she just like, she always wanted that bloodshed. She always wanted that, and she had the ability. She did not want Cersei to lay down. She wanted that violence. She wanted to conquer. She did not want to rule. She wanted to conquer in that moment. Boston with the 9-month resub. Thank you so much, Boston Nate. Really appreciate that. Thank you for the 9 months. Hope you're doing well. What's up with Varys taking off his bling? Did he just not want them melted, or are they like a dead man switch for his birds? I don't know. I don't know if that was significant. I don't know. Maybe Dany will try to roast Tyrion and then he survives and then Arya kills her and Tyrion becomes I don't know. I want Tyrion to live. I just don't think he's gonna. Sadly, that it hurts. I don't know if anyone's gonna survive this episode. I don't know. She made many enemies in Westeros. All the 7 kingdoms will despise her for now, and eventually she will be taken down. I think it's just, I mean, eventually. I mean, we only have 1 episode. It's gonna happen. Yeah, Lucid. I mean, like father, like son. I mean, not technically father, but like it's just same character traits. Bred this or born, raised. Jesus, words are hard. Raised the same way as Ned was. Blind loyalty. I was curious if Arya can put a needle through the head of a dragon. There's no way that sword is getting into a dragon skull. I don't think Arya is gonna be able to take out the dragon. Fallen with the 28 months. There's this one girl on my Facebook screaming about feminism right now. Okay, Fallen. Thank you for that message, and thank you for the 28-month resub. Dragons have eyes. I mean, okay, you think Arya is gonna climb? What do you think she's gonna do? Climb on the dragon, crawl up to the dragon's head, and stab him? Like what? Arya's had the biggest freaking moment in the entire season and in the entire show. She ain't kill no dragon. If Arya ends up killing Dany, then everyone will say no way Arya could do everything. Oh yeah, I mean there will definitely be people that are angry if Arya gets to kill Dany. But I think she might have to. I think it should be Jon, but I don't think Jon's gonna do it. I think Jon's gonna be weak. I don't know. Jon's the only one killing Dany if it happens. Dany's 100% going down. Okay, the Mad King went down by the hand of the king. Who's the hand of Dany? Tyrion. Maybe Tyrion does it. That would be just like Jaime Lannister. Tyrion Lannister, next Kingslayer. I think that could happen. I mean, Tyrion's definitely has his eyes open now. He's devastated by what's happened. And he might feel like he owes Varys for the good of the realm. Like Tyrion's made a huge mistake. I think it could be Tyrion. I really do. I think it would make sense. I think it would be poetic. I don't know how he's gonna do it, and he might die doing it. I don't know. I don't know how, and I don't know, but Jaime was Aerys's a Kingsguard, not his hand. Oh, okay. Well, Vio, what did you want me to check? Oh my god. Jesus, Vio, why do you do this to me? Why are you my dog? Jesus, Vio, Jesus. Why is Vio my dog? Are you gonna stream as Booker today? What's up, Odyssey? Wonder if after what happened, if Jon will feel like he has to do something about it, or he will just give up and head. No, he's not gonna give up and head north. He's definitely gonna be there for the end. You're not just gonna walk away. Watching Qyburn get body was so good. Just like, he's dead. I had to wash my cat's hair. Jesus. Anyways, alright. Alright. We're done. We've talked about everything. We've talked about everything a couple times. We'll see what happens. Let's move away from the Game of Thrones spoilers so that we can free chat. Bring back the shame nun. Let's free the people hiding. No more Game of Thrones talk. If you guys want to keep talking about Game of Thrones, we have a channel in Discord. It's open. You guys can talk away about Game of Thrones stuff. Let it out. What's up, Kimmy? Yeah, Chiz. What video game is on the agenda? I think we'll play more Days Gone today. Yeah, go. I think we're gonna play some more Days Gone today. Thanks for letting me let it out. Dude, we need to have these conversations. Like, it's important. I need to get this out because Twitter is not a safe space to talk about this because character limitations and protecting people from spoilers. I think it is messed up that people are just like live tweeting what happens during the episode, but I mean, I don't know. I don't really care. I'm just observing the madness and glad that I'm watching Game of Thrones at the same time. Yes, Arufid, yes. I'm sorry, you did miss the Game of Thrones venting, but you can go to our Discord and continue the conversation over there. Head into the Discord. I'm gonna turn this off so people can come back. We're safe now. I know, Rufid, I know. We'll have the same thing next week, guys. Same time next week. Wow, it's already 1:15. We'll have a huge conversation next week after the finale. So watch it before Monday's stream.